In today's video, I want to share with you strategy in under 5 minutes. But the only difference between my under 5 minutes and Jamie Oliver's 15-minute meals is I'm actually going to do this with you in under 5 minutes. Point number one around strategy and direction is you have to start with the shareholders. What do the shareholders want to get out of the business? What do they want to achieve financially over the next 3 years? Personally, I don't look much further than 3 years. It's hard enough trying to predict ahead what the next year is going to look like, let alone the next 3 years. And things you want to think about are, do I need and want dividends personally? Do I want to reinvest back into the business to catapult growth within the business? Do I want to look at selling within the next 3 years? To have an understanding of those areas is crucial because that's going to formulate the strategy and the things you do. As you can imagine, a business that's looking to sell within the next 3 years is going to make vastly different decisions to a business that wants to reinvest and accelerate for growth in the coming years. What you'll find, a lot of business owners want to find a nice balance. They want to be able to declare dividends that they can benefit from personally. They also want to be able to reinvest back in the business for growth, but also set their business up in such a way that if someone does come knocking on the door to buy their business, they're ready to go and they're going to optimize as much value as possible. The business sales I've been involved with, they've never had a for sale sign out the front. They've had somebody approach them and before you know it, they're sold. Once you've quantified what the shareholders want, and when I say quantified, I actually really mean the dollars. Put that into your break even. Look at where your break even is today. We did an exercise recently with a client where, let's say their break even each month was $800,000. That included their current drawings, their current obligations. We put in what they wanted to achieve financially over the next 3 years and put that in such a way that we paid that amount each month. As in, if we wanted to take out, let's make the maths simple, we wanted to achieve $3,600,000 outgoing over the next 3 years, we put in $100,000 into the break even. For the shareholders, they were staggered at such a big quantity in their mind as to what they wanted to achieve. Actually was very attainable relative to how their business already looked. That's a key point to remember. Your goals that you want to achieve financially might not be as far away as what you think. That leads to the next step. What is the picture? What is the vision you want your business to look like? I'm a big believer in the vision as opposed to the numbers. What locations are we going to have? Where are we going to do business? What type of people do we want to have? What sort of roles do we want to be employing? Who do we want to be doing business with? What are we going to be selling to them? What are the solutions we're going to be providing? And I'm a big believer in stretch your mind thinking. Let me give you an example. If I was a construction company and I'm doing one project a month on average, so I do 12 projects a year, stretch your mind thinking might be, hey, how do we make that one a week? What if we said to our team, we want to be at a point where we're onboarding and delivering a new building a week? Let's say that might mean we're doing 48 a year because you're going to have a few weeks off at the end of the year. That doesn't mean overnight you're going to go from 12 properties to 48 properties. But what are you doing to your team consciously and subconsciously? You want them to start thinking, hey, if we're going to be doing 48 buildings a year versus 12, what do I need to do differently? That could include the obvious, such as we're going to need to employ more people. We're going to need bigger credit limits. But it can also mean the subtle things like rethinking how you approach certain things and go, there's no way we can do it this way if we got 48 buildings on the go. How do we do that to make that an efficient process with 48 buildings, not just 12 buildings? I'm using construction as a simple example, but you can extrapolate this across your business in any way, shape or form. And then lastly, put that down to each department. What does the marketing team need to do? What does the sales team need to do? What does operations need to do? What's product development need to do? What does people or HR need to do? What does finance need to do to catapult us towards those goals? But start with that vision, start with that picture and that strategy for you in hopefully under 5 minutes.